Hello guys and welcome back to another trade recap. Today it is Thursday, the 8th of January, and I took 3 TP trades today actually and 1 BE trade, and I'll walk you guys through all of the trades and why I took them. So firstly I took a Asia short on my eval, this one. Let me put on executions. Whoops, I took a eval short. It hit trailing stop loss. I trailed stop loss too hard, unfortunately, but it was still a very nice trade. So then why I took it was because Asia opened, created a gap, swept out this high, and reacted in this 15-minute bearish valley gap. And just by watching Asia open a lot of times, I see that when Asia open does this, comes up, sweeps a high, and reacts in a PY and creates an RB, that RB has very high probability of playing out. So what I did is I entered 10 contracts on 844, so right here, right once we tap the RB again, 10 contracts, and then I added 10 more contracts once we came up to C, because we have made this intermediate, we've made this intermediate high, so we sweep out that and touch C, so I added 10 more contracts, so my entry then becomes like right there with stop loss at the high, and then I just targeted this low. Bam. I unfortunately trade SL too hard. I trailed to like right here first, and then once we swept this high, I trail it to this high right there. And why this isn't good is because for a high to be valid, it has to break the most recent low. So this high is valid to trail because this low broke this low, but this low did not break this low, so you should not trail right here. So just a mistake by me, which cost me $500, but all good because I made it here in New York session anyway. So that was the Asia trade, and I would probably not take this unfunded. It was just because I had an eval and I saw it as a very high probability setup. So coming into here then, I took a long right before market open, which is not something I would do on my funded account either. But since I have an eval, I'm more open to risk. So here we have true day open, today's true day open, which let's see here, it lines up with the fib, bam, right there. It's in optimal trade entry, and we have this nice 2-minute rejection block, which right there, which this rejection block fully covered this fair value gaps. That makes this a high probability rejection block, and we also create this low right before my entry. So we create this intermediate low, which we then sweep out, and I had my entry right there on true day open, stop loss right there, target up here, because this is what I needed to pass the account basically. But since market open was just about to come, I went break even very early. Once we got this up close right here, I went break even here, and that was solely because I did not see any reason for us to come down below this level again. So I went break even, and it basically saved me from a loss. So pretty good break even. And here at market open, I wasn't entirely sure what the market wanted to do, but I had my zones marked out. I saw very nice shorts from up here and could see potential longs here or from here. When we dump like this, I become very confident that DOL is probably lower, but that we want to rebalance and take out this. Also, ES had very nice liquidity to target up here. ES was a lot stronger at the time, and when we were right, let's see here, let me go into a lower time frame. So ES had all these ES had these two equal highs, which it was very close to taking, and this liquidity as well, unfilled 4 hour. So draw on ES was very clear. And NQ also had unfilled 30-minute gap right there. Unfilled 30-minute, and I wanted shorts from this level, but we did not end up tapping it. So basically what my idea was, either we create a nice liquidity to the downside here, come up, tap my level here, and I short, or we go down lower first with all this nice liquidity and I long. So what basically happened here then is I took this long on my eval. We have this 5-minute gap, bam, right there. Nice 5-minute gap, which we tap CE off. We rebalance the most current range, right here, rebalance. And if we go into the 3-minute here, as you can see, NQ did not touch this 3-minute gap, but ES did, so this becomes an SMT. So we have a SMT with this gap, and we also respect on the close the CE of this 5-minute gap. So here I basically just enter as soon as I see we close and make a rejection block. I trigger entry right there, stop loss at the low, and my target at funded, which was right there. Bam. So that was the trade. Very nice trade. I could have taken this unfunded, but we just shot up instantly and I did not really have a chance to enter anyway. But a very good trade. But then coming into the second long, which I took on my funded account. So this is probably the most interesting one. ES had not yet taken all of this liquidity, and we have 0.79 lining up with 10 AM, and when that happens, we very often bounce off of this level. And we also have an unfilled 1 minute here, which lines up a nice 1 minute gap, and we have a 15-minute and 5-minute rejection block right here as well. So a lot of things lining up here, so I just put my entry right there. With my stop loss, I had it like right there, just below CE, because my idea is that we should not want to trade much below CE of this gap, since we're already below 0.79. So I took my entry here, had a limit out, and then I sold 2 of 3 contracts once ES took this high. So that was, right here. Once ES took all of these stacked highs, took out 2 contracts. I trailed SL pretty hard, put 2 right here basically, and got stopped out. So yeah, that was a trade recap for today and why I took all of these trades.